I had gastric bypass surgery. I've lost 73 pounds. When I had the surgery, I wasn't even at my heaviest. I had been heavier before, but I had no health issues before. And it was starting to take a toll on my health. I didn't even realize how many diets I had been on until I filled out that questionnaire that they have you fill out. I was like, wow. I have to say the final straw was not being able to move as I was used to. Having to come home and put the, wet towels on my legs because they were swelling. And mostly my grandson. I've been able to resolve all of my pre-surgery health issues. When I originally came here, I had hypertension. I was like borderline diabetic. I had high cholesterol. And within a month and a half or so after surgery, I was off of my blood pressure medication, the water pills. And then when I came back for my test, the first blood test post-surgery, everything was pretty much normal again. And it's been like that ever since. I think one of the best things he ever told me was that it wasn't, an easy way out. And it was, if I had decided it was time to change and make a change in my life, this was it. And it wasn't going to be easy, and I had to work for it, which I think was real advice. I think the toughest thing with dealing, post-surgery is changing your lifestyle. Starting to realize that food is not, food is not your life. Another thing that's pretty hard is dealing with the way people perceive you now. You used to be invisible, and now all of a sudden, you get all this attention. And I think being heavy, you try to be invisible, and then getting all the attention, it's kind of awkward in the beginning, so you have to kind of adjust to that. Being able to, play soccer with my grandson, play volleyball with other, patients, and being able to, then some shallow stuff like being able to shop off the rack, not necessarily having to try stuff on, just buy it, go home and put it on and it fits. Getting on a bus and having people come and sit next to you. Before I would sit on a bus and, the bus is crowded, but people would pass by and either prefer to stand or sit somewhere else, because they knew I occupied a seat and a half. At work, we have these rotating doors to come into the building. And sometimes the door is not quite open and I'm able to fit, and I kind of go in and it's like, oh, I could do that. I have to say that having gastric bypass surgery has been a life-changing thing for me and my family. And I'm just so happy I did it. It feels really good to be able to, to be healthy.